Greetings, my brothers. Today, I will be reading the sequel to Maniac Cop, titled Maniac Cop 2, from 1990. Now, this is still a continuation of the Matt Cordell murder legacy, and the sequel chaos he does with the people of New York. So, let's get to it.
My concern is another series of killings going on that's being covered up.
What? Miss Brady, this is ugly nonsense.
So-called Maniac Cop did not drown in the river as reported.
Well, Commissioner, what do you have to say about this?
Well, the homicides that Officer Riley is talking about were deliberately set up to imitate.
The plot. The plot begins with a slight recap of the ending of Maniac Cop 1, where they expect Matt to be dead, but little did they not, he survived. Fast forward to December. Somehow, Matt returns after everything has settled down, and he intervenes with a robbery at a convenience store. But instead of killing the robber, he kills the clerk, framing the robber. Elsewhere, Deputy Commissioner Doyle is speaking to Jack and Teresa, the two survivors, that all their actions have been expunged, and in order for them to return to active duty, they have to go through a psychiatrist. And they talk to Susan Riley, the department psychiatrist. Granted, Jack believes Matt to be dead. Teresa's not too sure about that. And then that leads them to argue. Later that night, Jack goes to a local newsstand to read up on the articles about him and Teresa. And sadly, he gets stabbed in the back by Matthew. Now knowing about these incidents, Detective Lieutenant McKinley is the new officer on the case, and he's even debating whether or not these murders are related to Matthew or not. As they are debating on who's doing it, their prime target is now Teresa. But more murders keep on happening. This time, he attacks cops directly instead of innocent bystanders. He lets them take the blame, which is slightly a little different. Then, just as Matthew is about to attack Teresa, Susan actually starts to believe Teresa's allegations. But all is for naught, as Teresa is killed by Matthew. And Riley is almost killed as well, but she escapes to join the deputy commissioner on a talk show, talking about another serial killer who's targeting exotic dancers. And ironically, this serial killer joins forces with Matthew, and they cause so much trouble I would have to give this plot a 4. I would say one thing. They did leave it too much of a gap, as the first one took place around St. Patrick's Day, while this one happens during the season holiday of Christmas. That's a good, that's a good 6-7 months of a gap. So that's why it's 4.
Well, that's self-assertive.
Now the cast. The cast has returning members Bruce Campbell, Robert Duvall, and Lorraine Landon from the first one. Now adding in actors Robert Duvall is more known as playing villains than he is a hero. This is very different for him. Leo Russi and Michael Leonard as the deputy commissioner. So I would have to give this cast a 4. Now the fear. The fear of this movie was just a little off compared to the original, but it is still within the range, as I would put it. But I would still have to give it a 3. It could have done better in the fear department. The gore. Still, they say the gore is not as open as the original, but there are still some menacing kills in this. So I'll have to give that a 3.
That's why I will want a party now.
Favorite kill. I would have to say my favorite kill would have to be Teresa's death. Because I stopped a chainsaw with your bare hands. For a corpse, he is so inhuman. The rating. The rating got a 14 out of 20, which could have been better, if I could say so. Well, my brethren, that is it for me this week. Next week, the Master, Mr. D, will be back to do the rating on the final part of this trilogy, Maniac Cop 3, Badge of Silence. So, I salute you, my friends, and I'll see you later.